Whoa, what is that? Oh, hello, I'm Brad Rhew, a STEM coach in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County Schools. And I am here to talk to you about an amazing curriculum that actually ties into what I was just seeing in my microscope. We have produced a curriculum called Microbes on My Mind, a middle school perspective. And it will tell you all about the cool, interesting things that happen in our world that you just cannot see with your own eyes. And this curriculum will really get your students excited about learning about the world around them that encompasses things we found in the air, the water, and on our land. So this curriculum is amazing for multiple reasons. One, I kind of helped create it. And two, I have also used this right in my own classroom. I was struggling trying to find ways to really get my students engaged and want to learn more about microbes. And I thought, well, what a better way to create some hands-on learning experiences for them, where they are learning about the microbes that are found in their water, in the air, and in the land. And one of the cool things about this curriculum is when it was created, we also wrote a piece that would match for elementary and high school students as well. In this crazy virtual world we have been trying to teach in, this curriculum also has provided a lot of solutions to our problems with hands-on learning. Because as we know as teachers, we want our kids in the classroom learning through hands-on activities. However, when we are learning virtually, sometimes that's not available. However, this curriculum offers some great virtual resources and activities you can still do with your kids to keep them engaged and learning about how microbes are a huge part of their life. Let me give you a brief tour of the curriculum so you can have a better understanding of all the things that are offered in this book. So when you first open the book, one of the first things that you will come across is the access code to the virtual or digital materials. If you use this code located here at the bottom, that will give you access to all of the stuff in this curriculum, but virtually. So that way you can use it in any platform you need to reach all of your students. On the next page, you will find a full extensive table of contents that has all the information for each lesson and gives you a brief overview of what can be found in each lesson and what topics are covered. Okay, so when you flip and look at a lesson, a couple of things that you will notice. When we look at the lesson, you will have a brief introduction to give you an idea of what will be covered with this activity. Also, any of the key teaching points that you will hear or need to cover. What is the learning outcome for the students? What are some of our success indicators? And then what are some of the other things that your students should get from this activity? One of the best things that I like is it up front tells you what are the materials you are going to need for your students to fully understand this activity. Then when you flip through, you will see that we have broken the curriculum down for you to truly understand it step by step. What are some things you need to do before the activity, during, and after the activity? What are some great websites available or videos available to help you and your students fully understand the concepts being covered? And it also goes into depth about what are some great questioning pieces you can use to help your students understand what they have learned, and also for you to assess your students to make sure they have learned the concepts. Behind the lessons, you will also find any additional resources and activities that you might want to use to help further your students' knowledge of the curriculum. Another great thing that has been added to this curriculum are some cartoon drawings to truly help your students understand some of those harder concepts with microbiology and microbes. These are great for all students, but especially your students who might be learning English for the first time. These are great visual representations with key vocabulary words, and also gives them a better understanding of what is being covered. If you go towards the back of the book, you will also find all the grab and go lessons. When you go through the grab and go lessons, you will see the full activity, kind of like we saw with the lessons in the first part, all the resources needed, how the classroom should be set up, and how the lesson should be conducted. And then at the end of the lessons, you will also see any handouts or resources that you will need to teach that lesson. And one of the best things about this curriculum is at the very back, we also have for you a full list of the materials you will need. So if you want to go ahead and collect all the materials for all the lessons, Instead of going through every single lesson to figure out what you need, go straight to the back. It's already laid out for you of what's going to be needed for every single lesson, so you can do one bulk order at a time. And then in the end, if you run across some of those vocab words that are a little bit tough, there is a full glossary for you that helps you understand some of those key important vocabulary concepts that your students will need to know. So hopefully this gives you a better understanding of all the great activities and resources that you can find in our curriculum, Microbes on My Mind, a Middle School Perspective.